Hey, peace world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. Happy weekend. Hey, look, consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. If you like the way that any of the information is being broken down, discussed, previewed, analyzed, recapped, any form of engagement would be appreciated. Leave a comment, hit the like button, share the video to those in your circles who have the same interest. Also, quick housekeeping, check out the It's Always Personal podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as well as Spotify. I already have the episode out there with my longer, more in-depth discussion on the brand new Shaka King directed, Ryan Coogler produced Judas and the Black Messiah. I'm getting ready to get into some light notes on the the soundtrack. It really wasn't on my radar until I saw the single from h.e.r. from h.e.r. I'll Fight For You, is it called? Really quick look. Yeah, Fight For You. Kind of put me in the same mind as Anthony Hamilton. Do you feel me from American Gangster? Completely different type of brother at the core, at the focus of that one, but. Then I also see the Nas EPMD song, and I didn't know if that was an official song or not. I've been busy. But it was crazy because the song that immediately came to my head from watching Judas and the Black Messiah is Nas's I Want to Talk to the Mayor, to the Governor, to the President. I want to talk to the FBI and the CIA and the Congressman. I want to talk to the... From his what was that? It was not It Was Written, but Nostradamus? No, yeah, it was I Am. I'm sorry, I Am. Yeah, so if you look at what we learned and what was fleshed out in Judas and the Black Messiah, starting with the FBI director J. Edgar Hoover, played by Martin Sheen, and then there's mentions of Nixon and just, this state sponsored and state led, initiatives and missions against its own citizens is crazy. But like I said, I get into that more on It's Always Personal. Feel free to check that out. I might throw the link down in the description. Always check the description for some additional commentary or links to all of my other stuff. This project itself is pretty deep. 22 total tracks. Really, like I said, the highlights, man, check out the joint from h.e.r. Fight For You. Produced and written by her and her partner, Demile. EPMD by Nas. It's produced by Hit Boy. It works. And it continues the relationship between Nas and Hit Boy from their phenomenal project King's Disease earlier this year. For me, I'm not gonna lie, man. The standout on here is Welcome to America by Black Thought, produced by his most recent collaborator, h.e.r., who put together Streams of Thought Volume 3 a few months ago. I did a review on that one on here, as well as King's Disease. But man, Black Thought is just, I said Benny the Butcher, maybe even Conway the Machine as well, were like just so locked in right now with everything that they do and all of their verses. But man, Black Thought is just, to be as hard, abrasive, strong statement, maybe even militant, definitely about his people and for the culture, but to not rely on the N-word, MF, and just, a lot of profanity and still be as powerful, that's a rare skill, man. And he is doing, and the song itself, just the production by h.e.r., who did a phenomenal job on Streams of Thought Volume 3. Shout out to both of those guys. A lot of people are going to love the collaboration between Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, rest in power, and Jay-Z, Nip and Hov. What It Feels Like. I really wasn't aware of this collaboration. I've been busy. But I thought this kind of took me back to Jay-Z and Just Blaze on the production. But it's actually something called a producer named 1500 or Nothing, and then Mike and Keys, and then my guy Mars and Rance. So a lot of people contributed to producing that one. It sounds like a big record. It sounds really some live instrument, instrumentation and all that involved. So with it being that type of union and first time collaboration between someone like a Hove and the late Nipsey Hussle, who has a strong, undying fan base and whatnot, powerful record. Some of the other stuff on here, I don't say it gets downhill. Interesting joint by Something Ain't Right by Masego featuring J.I.D. I always forget if it's Jid or J.I.D. I'm old, man. But I appreciate Young Bruh. And Rhapsody, that's not a bad one. Couple of g.h.e.r tracks on here. I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't know much about. I listened to a podcast several years ago with g.h.e.r. Never really tapped into his music. One of his tracks on here, the first one that appears on here, I kind of didn't understand whether or not g.h.e.r got the memo on what the song was about. But obviously he's involved because the story takes place. The movie is based in Chicago, so I guess you can't really do a Chicago project without the inclusion of g.h.e.r. But he definitely more than makes up for it on his second track. And people might like the first one on there. But the second one really the first one is called All Black. I thought it was it was relevant to this just based on the concept of the song or the title, All Black. But it's produced by Turbo and Ghetto Guitar. I did dig the guitar solos on there. Trying to find the Dom Kennedy is on here. Lil Durk has a decent song that I got familiar with him from King's Disease. Dom Kennedy has Respect My Mind on here. That one's not bad. I checked into Polo G for the first time on here. Last Man Standing. Not a bad record. Revolutionary is track 17 by g.h.e.r featuring Bump J. Bumpy Knuckles from back in the day. Or Bumpy Johnson, I'm sorry, when he was coming out. I think Kanye West was really big on him, and then nothing ever really materialized for some different reasons. But neither here nor there. That one is produced by Hit Boy, co-produced, and a cat named Corbett. Teach Me by h.e.r. Really not enough R&B on here, in my opinion. I would have loved to have heard a Raheem Devon joint. Chicago's own BJ the Chicago Kid does have a track on here. But Teach Me by h.e.r. is a pretty dope record. Another R&B guy. Little Durk is On Your Mind. Letter to You by Chicago Kid. Produced by Jairus Mosey or J-Mo, the guitarist that I really like. I thought this record was dope, but it's two parts of it. I think I like the latter half of it better than the beginning. The beginning sounds like an older BJ, the Chicago Kid record, but I couldn't put my finger on it exactly. Like I said, Revolutionary by g.h.e.r really speaks directly to Fred Hampton and the BPP, the chapter in Illinois, and the events of the movie and whatnot. A song here from A$AP Rocky. Not the biggest A$AP Rocky fan, for no particular reason. Rich Ninja Problems, I'll get to that one later. And then a very, 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 very pleasant surprise. There's I don't know, maybe it's a bonus cut somewhere, listed as a bonus cut in some places, but Black Messiah by the gawd emcee himself, Rakim, produced by Rakim. I'm familiar with this cut from a Ghostface Killer record, but Rakim, man, in 2021. And it's crazy because he kind of does. So Nas did this back in the day. Did this autobiography of either Rakim or his government name or whatnot, and kind of walks you through the evolution of. And it was paying homage to Rakim. And I heard Rakim do this a similar thing on another song. I can't remember what it was. But here, with Rakim, with Black Messiah, he does the same thing where he kind of does a autobiography of or is that biography when somebody else does it? I'll check that later. I'll verify that later. But he walks us through the history of Fred Hampton and takes all the elements that we learned in the movie. Those of us first timers that are really getting really familiar with the late Fred Hampton, the assassinated Fred Hampton. The way that Rakim weaves all of these different things into his song is dope. The way he uses some phrases and some things directly from Daniel Kaluuya's dialogue as Fred in the movie. That was phenomenal. That's mastery by Rakim. We haven't for him to have the status that he has in hip hop, even with the Big Daddy Kane, man. Their later work, and hearing them rhyming now. I've said this before with some of the old school cats, man. It's crazy how people's MCs flow or their flows don't kind of stand the test of time, and it just seems like you could write it, but maybe you don't hear the beat that way. I don't know what it is, but it's just such a different energy on such a different flow. I don't know. It's just something to listen to and to notice. The song is dope, and it's good to hear Rakim. It's just it's almost like, and this is like, again, this is no disrespect. If you're a real music lover, maybe you notice what I'm saying, but it's almost like watching an older athlete who's lost a step. And we had Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight a month or so ago at 54 and 51 years old or something, and they can get in the ring and do different things, but they're just not as explosive. It's a difference there. And it's crazy to listen to something like rap, because when you see these dudes try to rap now and it's new material, it's that same lost a step somehow. And I again, I'm not trying to, like, Rakim, hang up the mic, don't do it anymore. I'm just saying, man, Father Time is undefeated. And that's the discussion. Anyway, man, check the project out. Enjoy Black Messiah by Rakim for those who don't know him and haven't heard, didn't hear when he was dropping new music. For this to be a new record, that's an awesome chance, to hear one of the legends and the architects, the fathers of this whole thing. And then enjoy the rest of the project. Let me know what your favorite track is on the project. Whether you thought anybody should have been included on here. Somebody from Chicago might say a Chance the Rapper, Kanye West himself. I don't know. Maybe there are other individuals out there, no Kendrick, no J. Cole. Anybody else you thought would have really lended a dope voice to this. No Griselda, for some of the most current guys. No Scarface. No Bun B. No contributions from the other OGs that are out there. Anyway, pay me no mind, sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Check out this weekend. Do yourself a great service and check out Judas and the Black Messiah. 1.